Good afternoon, New York State PTA. I'm so excited to be here with you today with our fantastic Michelle. I know many of you have met Michelle at our conventions or conferences from our travel and educational partner, EF Tours. Michelle, thanks for being here with us this morning.
Thanks so much for having me, Kyle.
And we're so excited because this is the first time ever we are doing this. I know many of you are familiar with National PTA's service trip that they do, but we wanted to do our own because, in New York, we do everything our own. We wanted to do our own service trip. So I'm going to talk to you about the first ever New York State PTA service trip to Peru. So I'm so excited. I have a short slide deck, and then Michelle and I are going to have a little conversation. We're going to send this Zoom right to you, so then you can ask us questions. We have a new website that we are launching to talk about the service trip, but we're really, really excited. So I want to get right into the presentation. So give me a second. Really excited about this. Let me get where I need to get. We're going to jump right in. So let's talk a little bit about and again, welcome to our travelers. So on behalf of Dana Playton, we're so excited to have this offer to our unit leaders, to our members, to really bring PTA together in a really different and unique way. We really talk about leadership development. We talk about service, and we wanted to bring, really 10, 15, 20 of us together in Peru. It's so excited. I can't even believe it. To talk again and work together in a very different way. So again, we all know I'm Kyle Bellick-Ufitzi, our executive director. On this Zoom, we're going to talk a little bit about our service trip to Peru, our travel our partner, EF Tours. Michelle's here. Thank you so much, Michelle. Our safety and support initiative, our itinerary, what's included, and price, and how to enroll in this new opportunity. And a little bit on why I travel. I think that's so important. I started traveling educationally when I was young. So you're going to laugh. In 10th grade, I took an EF Tours trip. Can you believe it, Michelle? To Mexico. I know. So it was a 2.5-week trip with my Spanish club to Mexico. And it really changed the way that I saw life. It really changed the way that I saw how I fit into the cog, right? I was from a little town here in the town that I actually am sitting in right now, Colony. And I didn't know what was out there. And it gave me this love of learning and this love of travel and this love of exploring new places. And that's, I kind of got hooked. So when Michelle and I were talking about how it's great that you as unit leaders can bring travel and with your school into your school, we at PTA said, well, why can't we bring this to our units and to our leaders? And together we can kind of explore the world and at the same time really give back. So that's what's so exciting. So as a EF Tour recipient myself, it's so excited that things have come full circle. I know, who would have thought? Little 10th grade Kyle from Shaker High School going now on a grown-up EF tour. And that's why we chose EF Tour. So this is really important. So I have to say, working with Michelle and her team and Jim, I know many of you met Jim, have been really fantastic. During COVID, in a matter, I think, of 24 hours, you literally got thousands upon thousands of children and families home from all across the world. Michelle had reached out to us right away and said, here, just so you know, here's what's happening. We have contacted all of our tours. We're getting everybody home. Everybody's going to be safe. And I just really want to applaud you. And it kind of showed me and showed our association why it was important to work with someone that has 55 years of experience, that has staff on the ground 365 days in over 50 countries, because you were able to keep our kids safe during something that we hope we never see again. And it's also important, while I have seen, we may have a teacher that does their own tour, that works with their own tour operators, and things can go wrong. There's a better way. And that's why we're excited to work with EF Tours. If you as a unit leader want information about how to actually do a student tour, we can get you in touch with Michelle. But today we're going to talk about our adult tour. But thanks, Michelle, for your commitment to kids during that crisis, your commitment to kids during COVID. I understand it's a business model, and you guys lost a lot of money bringing everybody home quickly, giving everybody back money because nobody could travel, even though you really didn't have to, obviously. Your company did amazing things for children and students, and I just want to thank you. So that's why we decided to work with EF Tours. That was a long and short of it. Again, and you are more than just our educational travel partner. Really, we have all of these great people that are supporting President Dana Platon and myself to put this together. We have our tour consultant that helps kind of us figure out what we're going to do, what we're going to plan. We have our tour director, who is going to be our guide that is with us on the ground 24/7, who is going to be fantastic. They are bilingual. I do not speak Portuguese, so that's always positive. Then we have a travel support team who are going to support our people that are going on the tour, which is really important in the planning and payments and dietary needs and questions that you may have. And then you have our group leader, yay, who is going to kind of guide us through this process. We're really excited on all of this. And again, I know I talked briefly about COVID safety and what you all did as tour operator and as our travel and safety partner, but again, really, really important. So 55 years of experience. We're so happy to work with you guys. You work with, I think, most of the school districts, certainly in New York and around the country. Michelle is just giving me kind of the rundown of all of the schools and tours that they operate. So it's really excited that EF Tours really is becoming this household name, certainly here in New York. You have, again, safety and incident response teams on the ground, rigorous health standards, again, tour directors and chaperones and team support, which is really, really important. They also have a number of embedded kind of book with confidence policies that we really liked at PTA when we were looking at this educational tour to Peru, which we're going to talk about the details in a minute because it's so exciting. We liked these types of peace of mind programs for us. If we had to change, if something did happen, if COVID came back, what does that look like? Michelle, I wanted you to talk a little bit about this slide and what this looked like and the extra kind of vacation protection we could purchase. So what are these types of things?
Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. This is great. Thank you. So for all groups with EF, we have our peace of mind program. As we know, things can be a little unpredictable and we want folks to have flexibility. So we put in place, timelines and opportunities that if as a group you're not feeling comfortable and want to switch up, maybe it's the location of your trip, maybe it's the dates of your trip, we give you that flexibility to do it. Of course, if something were to emerge last minute, safety, as you said it, and safety is our number one priority. So we don't take chances with our group. So we would take care of shifting you, and even if you didn't necessarily want to be shifted, and we thought maybe you should be shifted, so we'd work together as a team to make those decisions. Pardon me. We also, for individual travelers, currently have a risk-free enrollment period. This is, the opportunity for folks enrolling if they need a few more minutes just to think about it, but want to lock in that pricing, we can do that. And they can cancel for any reason up through May 1st of 22 and get all of the funds that they've paid in back to them. No questions asked. As you referenced before, we have 2 levels of global travel protection. So the one included is our global travel protection plan. And that's, as we're talking about, lost luggage, property, maybe medical coverage abroad if you sprain an ankle or, get, sick.
Oh, so that's all included.
All included, included. And it's fantastic. We work with an outside company who handles all of this, and it's just that additional coverage while you don't know.
That's fantastic. I didn't realize that was included.
Yeah. And then for some folks who want a little bit more coverage, we have our Protection Plus plan, and this really allows you to cancel for any reason pretty much till you're getting on the plane, to depart for your trip, and you get all of your funds back, less the cost of, it's an insurance plan, so less the cost of the insurance.
Of the insurance itself. Wow. Yeah. So I can literally cancel for any reason up to 24 hours, if I'm reading that correctly, just for the cost of the insurance. Interesting. Yep.
Absolutely. So we want folks to really have that confidence and that peace of mind when they're booking, and to know that they can go off and have an incredible experience.
So let's talk about that incredible experience, because this is what I was most excited about. So Michelle and Jim had met with 2 of our region directors with our president, and they kind of figured, was this going to be the right thing for PTA? We're our unit leaders, we're our members, our adult members, remember, this is an adult trip. Was this going to be right for us? So we looked at different places to go, and we kind of settled on Peru and service in Peru, which is so excited. So this is going to be a 9-day trip. And we are going to go in March 2023. Okay. So these are our tentative travel dates. And what will happen is that as you kind of book our group, the group will pick our dates as we, together as we get closer. But this is the tentative travel. Michelle, that's how it works. Yes. Okay. So those are our earliest departure to the latest return date. So within this time frame, and we'll receive our final dates a couple of months before. But again, that's going to kind of be dependent on what we decide as a group. Is that how it works, Michelle?
Yep, we look at how you decide as a group, and then also what the best, flight options and
airfare, okay, etc. So this is really exciting. So that's the time frame. So we're looking at mid-March in 2023. We purposely didn't pick the school breaks because we figured parents may have to be home and wouldn't have childcare during the school breaks. So, so that's the thought on that. This is the itinerary, and I'm so excited about that. So we will fly in and out of Lima, and then we will go to places like Machu Picchu and the Sacred Valley. And so Michelle has or has not been on this trip yet.
Sadly, I haven't been, but a number of my colleagues and friends have. And Kyle, it is just absolutely incredible. I mean, Machu Picchu, one of the natural wonders of the world. The views, the city of Cusco, all of it is just breathtaking. And literally too, because you're at a little bit of altitude. So it is a little breathtaking.
Yeah, I know. And so let's talk about the highlights of the tour. And that's what kind of got us. So we would take a guided tour of Lima, again, exploring museums, because we want this to be educational in nature. This isn't about going to sit on a beach. So that's important. So we'll take walking tours. We'll talk and learn about Peruvian potteries. We're going to, again, visit Machu Picchu, which I'm really most excited about. We'll take some hikes. Again, we'll do those service projects. And the most important thing is we're not going to decide those until we get closer, because EF Tours works with those non-governmental entities and really local non-for-profits in Peru to say, hey, here's what needs to be done during the time period we're going to be there. So what are past service projects look like?
Past service projects, I include, apologies on my dog here, but past service projects are, working with villagers. We've created a greenhouse so that they can grow their plants and flowers and roses that they in turn sell and drive their economy, and have that year long. We work with schools. All of our projects, as you said, are projects that the community needs and can be completed. We don't leave with, 3 walls up and say, see you
so it's not like
time.
A part of a project, like we do an entire project.
You do an entire project, and as we're looking at groups and the cadence of groups, we make sure that every project is able to be finished in a timely manner, so that we are truly contributing back and helping in our service. This is not tourism service. This is we've out-serviced ourselves actually out of communities because we've had so many groups coming through.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I was, and I think we were worried about that because we wanted to actually make a difference. We just didn't want to have, something that looked glossy on a brochure. That's really exciting. So this is the big question. Are you a service leader? I'll be honest, I'm going to have a hard time with this, right? I'm always. Can you unplug from Wi-Fi? Can you unplug even from electricity sometimes? Can you handle bugs? These are real questions. Are you okay with trying new foods? Of course, as PTA, we will always be respectful of local people and culture. Can you work hard? Can you enjoy being a part of a team? And then we have some other considerations. Are you physically able or medically able to do the altitudes of Peru? Are you going to be able to do some of the walking that's going to be involved in this? So those are conversations for you, maybe in your medical team or your family. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so what's included in our itinerary is really that round trip airfare from your closest major airport. So, so we're talking Albany, Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester, New York City, etc.
Yes, you pretty much nailed them all. Yeah.
Okay, good. So it's not like you all have to go to New York City or Albany. So you're going to go from your closest local airport in New York.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. And then hotel stays, regional style meals, a tour director, obviously, transportation, a translator, a tour director who speaks the language, which is expert local tour guides, all of our sightseeing, which is great, and entrances to landmarks, which is really exciting. You have to have your own passport, which is exciting. Any extra bag fees, we're packing light. Okay, we're gonna pack very light for this trip. Any extra bags, fees, etc. Tips for local tour guides or our bus driver and our tour director, of course. Snacks and some of our meals. So some of our meals are included, and some of our meals we're gonna pay extra for. Michelle, how does that work?
Yeah, so what will happen, usually it's lunch. And as we're thinking about, particularly on service projects, lunch will be included when you're on the service project and in the
Okay.
communities. But when you're in Cusco, we want to give folks the opportunity to get outside, try some of the, local cuisine, explore a little bit, or, if you're feeling a little less exploratory, like some of our students tend to find the local McDonald's, which is a cultural experience too. But and of course those snacks, we all know we need those snacks and little treats as we see them. So yeah, but
Okay.
yeah.
So typically breakfast, dinner included, and then lunch kind of on our own when we're not in the service project.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, great. So let's talk a little bit about price and what that looks like. Now, remember, we're talking 9 days, all inclusive, really, for the service tour, airfare, everything, meals. So, so here's what we're looking at. Michelle, go over this price and how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a number of different payment plans as we look at it. You could pay bi-weekly, you could pay in full. Most people choose to do the monthly payment plan, which makes that an automatic withdrawal out of your bank account, and just that cadence to be able to monitor those payments and break them into something a little bit more manageable. We are offering that $100 early enrollment discount if you enroll by April 15th.
Oh, that's great.
Again, yeah, and you're still in that window of the risk-free enrollment period. So all you need to do to enroll is a $95 deposit, which is great. And then you start up on that payment plan that works the best for you. One thing I should note, we have a manual payment plan as well. I know sometimes people like to determine their own cadence. Maybe they're getting a tax return or, doing some fundraising or other pieces. You can absolutely do a manual payment plan as well. So figuring out over the next 12 months, really what that cadence is. That works best, but most people tend to go to that automatic plan. And
yeah, I would think so. I think that would make the most sense. And let's talk about actually how we're going to get there, right? So everyone can be able to have a customizable tour donation page, which is exciting. So we're talking about just about a year. That's why we're doing this early. So you can set up your own tour page, and then people can donate to your page for your birthdays and holidays and all of those kinds of things to help offset your expenses.
Yep. It's basically like a GoFundMe, except we don't take any percentage of it. 100% of what you fundraise or gets donated goes right to your account, knocks off that monthly parts of that monthly balance. And if you happen to go over, you get some money back and you can use it towards that spending money.
Oh, that's fantastic. And now the next slide is scary to me because we don't only have 10 spots.
Yeah, we are at the space. We're looking for about 20 to 25 total. We have a number of folks already signed up. So I think we actually are about 10 to 15 spots left on the trip. So, we want people to, sign up, put that deposit down. Again, you're in that risk-free enrollment period. So if you need another week or so to think about it, you have till May 1st. But really just, enough to get the group going. You will be your own group. You're not going to be paired with anybody. So it will be just.
So it's just going to be New York State PTA leaders and members. So adults from New York State PTA, we're talking, 18 plus, so, our units leaders are PTA presidents, are members from New York State. If you are a PTA member, you want to come with us, you're a unit leader, this is for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is so exciting. I didn't realize it was just going to be us either.
Yeah. We want you to have that incredible experience. And I think that work, Kyle, in the times we've talked and about the incredible work you do in New York State and the PTA's mission, I think this aligns just so well to, helping others, empowering others, and then also for your own leadership development, your own, just everything that you're looking for all of your members to take advantage of.
Yeah, so here is the enrollment page, but we're going to send this video out to you, and with the enrollment page right there. Here's QR code. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. This is going to be fantastic. We have just about a year to plan, a year to fundraise, to get those birthday donations to help offset the cost of your tour. What are we forgetting? Did we cover everything? I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing.
I think you covered it all, Kyle. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity. I am just so thankful that you're offering it out to New York State PTA members. It's just going to be a great experience for you all. I might have to tag along actually. So.
Oh my goodness, Michelle, that would be amazing. You've never been, so who better to come with than New York State PTA advocates to make a difference in Peru?
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, so we're so excited. We're going to send this to all of our units, all of our members, and we hope you can join us in March in 2023 in Peru. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks all.